Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen, the channel that brings you your team every single day, guys. Apologies for the latest of the video this morning. Got in from work last night, was absolutely knackered, just genuinely could not bring myself to do anything last night. Fortunately, like I said, this is not my full-time job. I'd love it to be my full-time job, of course I would, but not making enough cash out of it yet. So, still got to keep on doing the 9 to 5, and it's just tiring at times. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Rangers this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, depending obviously when you are picking up this video. Now, we all can say without a shadow of a doubt that old Phillipe Clement has had an unbelievable start to his time as Rangers manager. Unbeaten, won every game domestically. The only draw was coming in that Sparta Prague game against, well, that's not against Sparta Prague game, obviously against Prague in Prague. A game that we hung on for a while, but we showed great character and great fight and great battle. And I think that's something that, that Phillipe has definitely installed in this team, isn't it? That fight, that battle, that spirit to never give up. And you know what? He's always said that he needs more time to get his philosophy into the players and to get his players to buy in and get his players to, really feel what he wants them to do. And, we're starting to see that. We're absolutely starting to see that. Now, yes, he's back. Old Big Bad Barry. Yes, Barry Ferguson has been talking about Phillipe Clement and Rangers in an interview. He's been talking about the fact that that he said as well that in his opinion, Phillipe Clement had an unbelievable, a fantastic first month, but he needs an unbelievable second month. Barry said he's had a really good first month in charge, and I think he has to have a brilliant second one, starting on the 26th against Aberdeen. On the 17th, you want to get that first trophy, and then obviously you look at the 30th. But in between that, there's games you need to win. Make sure you win. December is a massive month for Rangers, although you've still got two big games on November, Aberdeen and Aris, and with Fir Park as well. So there's a few tough ones. But I'm looking at this Rangers team. They're in a different place. They're in a good place at this moment. So he knows the second month needs to be even better than the first month. But I've got every confidence in him. I like the way he comes across. He doesn't give much away. He's straight talking and knows what he wants. And I think that's 100% true. Phillipe Clement is very, very much knowing exactly what he wants. I don't think players will get away with much, but they've got a big month coming up. So Big Bad Barry has his say. And I think, look, sometimes when Barry Ferguson speaks, you kind of take it with a pinch of salt and you say, yeah, okay, Barry, have a good day, mate. But I think on this one, he's 100% correct with what he says. He's right. Phillipe Clement has made a great start. Let's get that right. And the way he talks is absolutely brilliant. He is a top manager. He really is. And I know you can say it's early days. I know you can say that. Of course you can. But look at it this way. The start that he's made has been fantastic. But it's not just the start. It's not just the result. It's the difference in the attitude, the difference in the way the players play, the difference in the way the players conduct themselves on the park that shows a real difference from the time that Michael Beale was there. But one thing Barry is 100% correct on is this upcoming period of games we've got from now until that 30th of December meeting with that lot from across the sea, a game that we really must win, especially if we want to take a real title charge this season. Let's have a look at the games that we've got upcoming that Barry spoke about. So Sunday, obviously here on the channel live stream, guys, come and join me for that. We take on Aberdeen at Pittodrie, a game, last season that we lost, a game where they slipped up, didn't they? They slipped up against Motherwell, and then we kind of threw it all away with another pathetic Michael Beale performance and a defeat at Pittodrie that Beale didn't think was pathetic. And I don't know. Let's just forget about that Cockney chancer. We then obviously Thursday we are at home to Aris, another must-win game. A game that if we win, I think it pretty much guarantees us the Christmas football after Christmas in Europe in the Europa League with that victory. But then, like Barry said, the month of December is obviously, we build towards the fixtures over Christmas. And we all know that December is a month where football goes mental, football goes crazy. And you look at the games we've got coming up over that December period, and there's a lot of very tough, hard games that are going to test this team to the full. I think more because of the fact that the number of them rather than the caliber of the opposition, because like I've said in the past, we need to get away from this. Oh, it's going to be tough because it's Aberdeen. Oh, it's going to be tough because it's Hearts. Oh, it's going to be tough because it's Ross County going to low block us. We're Rangers, guys. We're Rangers. We need to go out there and play like we're Rangers. Do the same. And like I said, I hate praising them, but that lot across the city, do you think they go into games like that going, oh, it's going to be Kilmarnock's day? It's going to be, of course they don't. They go into those games thinking we're going to attack them, we're going to go after them, and we're going to score. That's what we've got to do. The same philosophy. And I'm sure Phillipe Clement very much seems like he is buying into that philosophy of we are a machine. We win. We don't stop. We grind the opposition to dust. So we start obviously on the 3rd of December after that European game against St Mirren at home, a game at Ibrox. St Mirren are a team that have sort of fallen away in recent weeks, and hopefully we can continue that fall for them. Then we travel to Tynecastle to take on Hearts. Again, another must-win game. A game where we actually saw one of Michael Beale's best performances last season, something we need to reproduce again when we play them on the 6th. On the 9th, we have Dundee at home. Again, we put Dundee to the sword at Dens Park. We've got to do exactly the same at Ibrox. Before that, winner takes all. Could it be a winner takes all for the group top? Do we really care about finishing top of the group? Do you avoid anybody in particular? No, because I think whoever gets through in this Europa League is going to be tough anyway. And you've got the Champions League teams coming down, and they're going to be tough. And I think, some of the Champions League teams that come out of the Champions League are probably going to be weaker than some of the teams that are in the Europa League. So does it matter? Who knows? But, it's a game we're going to want to win anyway. Go to Seville, lay the ghost to that final. Take a moment. Before we have the League Cup final on the 17th. I think the focus that week has to be on that League Cup final. Get that first piece of silverware in the cabinet. Get that boost. Yes, it's only the League Cup. Yes, it doesn't matter as much as the League. Yes, it doesn't matter as much as the Scottish Cup or the Europa League. Yes, it's probably the 4th priority this season, but it's still a trophy. It gives you that initial boost, doesn't it? It'd be Phillipe Clement's first trophy as manager, and it would be that, I don't know, it may give that extra surge to really push on towards that game on the 30th. We then obviously have St Johnstone at home on the 20th. See this, guys? It's coming. It's thick and fast. It's every 3 days. It's manic. Ibrox before going to Motherwell 4 days later. Again, another titanic struggle, but hopefully a game that obviously that we can put our style on to before Ross County on the 27th. Ibrox, no doubt, will be rocking on that day. And then on the 30th, it's away. It's at Sharkhead. It's at the Piggery. We take on that lot from across the city. And a game that, if we can win that game, and if all the fixtures go as they should, the gap could be down to, 5 or 2 points, depending obviously when the fixtures fall. We could have that gap right under there, and they could really be under pressure. This Celtic team are not the Celtic team of Ange Postecoglou. They are not the relentless machine of Ange Postecoglou. They have frailties. They have problems. They have issues. Of course they do. They're not the strength. And we've seen that, haven't we? That they're not the strength of that team that Ange Postecoglou had when he was the Celtic manager. So, look, this is a game that we can win. This is a game that, even though it's at Sharkhead, it's a game that we should be aiming to win. And Phillipe Clement will put that team out there with the best possible chances of winning. Look, you look at our strongest 11. And the fact that after this international break, we should have players back, fit and raring to go. Matondo should be back. Raskin should be back. You're going to have players back who should really massive difference. And you put that strongest team out there on the park. And I think it's got every chance of beating Celtic, every chance of beating Celtic to the sword. Matondo back in. You put back in there Raskin, you've got a team that is more than capable of competing at the very top level and actually being successful and pushing this all the way to the very end. But it is right what Barry says. We do need an unbelievable second month of Phillipe Clement in charge of this club. Well, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, guys, on the way out, if you could smash the like for me, and if you could obviously forever remember, we are the people.